Hi. Hi, guys. Welcome to my live corset chat. If anybody comes on here, it will definitely be a live corset chat. However, talking to myself at the moment, I wanted to say, hi. And I feel like I never give you guys maybe the opportunity to come on live like usual, like scheduled, I should say, to ask me any questions that you guys have. So I thought I would jump on to see if anybody is available, if they want to ask any corset questions, because I have been getting a lot of new subscribers, which is awesome. So thank you. Hi, Turb. How are you doing today? Thank you for jumping on my live. So I'm not tired. It's just I yawn when I'm wearing my corset and talking too much or talking too fast because obviously the corset is, hindering me from going a mile a minute, and I have to go like a quarter of a mile a minute. You've never gotten to join a live with you. Hi, Mariah. How are you? I know I hardly come on here. Hi, Paul. How's it going? I mean, I don't hardly come on here, but I don't have like a set schedule of when I come on live, and I know I need to figure that out eventually. But at the same time, I kind of don't because I just am like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So anyways, back to my little rant in the beginning. I wanted to see if anybody had any questions. If not, then we could just chat about corsets. We could chat about anything. You already know what I'm going to ask you. I actually deleted my Patreon. I'm not going to be doing an OnlyFans or Patreon or anything. I deleted my Patreon because I just like it was just like a chat only, right? And I just felt like I just didn't want to give people that much access to me because a lot of people were asking me like really kind of like obnoxious questions, even though I would answer them multiple times the same thing. They would keep asking, keep asking. So it just got to the point where I was just like, you know what? Like, there's no point in me keeping this Patreon if people are not going to, I guess, behave themselves because it's just kind of like irritating. I mean, I know I could like delete them or block them or whatever, but it was like it wasn't just one or two people. So I was just like, you know what? Like, let's cut. And then regarding the OnlyFans, I don't think I'm gonna do OnlyFans anytime soon. I don't want to put too much more on my plate where I'm already trying to like juggle social media, public social medias. So I don't want to do an OnlyFans just because like one, the stigma tied to it per usual. That's always what I say. But two, I just feel like I would be juggling yet another like social media and I would like just get burnt out and then I would just like not want to do anything for like the free social media, if that makes sense. So I just figured I'm not going to do anything. You haven't seen me in the red corset in a while. Has it molded to you how you were expecting by now? So it's right here. Um, I have not worn this corset because I had posted a video maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I forget, saying something to the effect of that I want to just kind of see how this corset, the CS 479, works on me with regards to results and just like overall, I guess, corset performance. Because I only wear this corset when I'm sleeping, and I would wear this corset during the daytime. And I wanted to just kind of see how this corset would react to my body and vice versa if I wore it during the daytime and while I'm sleeping. So I want to give it maybe like a month or so to see what it does specifically. I also recorded a video today and I have to edit it. I just had a really bad headache earlier today, so I didn't want to edit it or else it would have been going out tomorrow, but it's probably going to go out in a couple of days because I just wanted to talk to you guys about like cupped rib corsets versus conical ribbed corsets, as well as what else did I say in that video? I also talked about lengths as well, long corsets versus short corsets, and like just my experience with both. Obviously, not obviously, you may not know, this is a cupped rib corset. So it gives a very different effect to the body. And over time, if I wore this over time, it wouldn't have a drastic or emphasized effect on my natural body as the conical corset does, because conical corsets push in your floating ribs, whereas a cupped rib just cups your ribs and doesn't push anything in or necessarily do anything to your floating ribs. And why do I wear corsets? Because I want to accentuate my natural waist and push in my natural waist. So in order to achieve that, I need to wear more conical corsets. And because this isn't a conical corset, I have no longer been putting this corset on. So I hope that answered your question. I know that was like a rant in a minute, but I feel like if you did, I feel like if you did OF, you'd be bigger there than here, to be honest. You're so beautiful. Thank you. Um, I just don't want to do OF because, ow, my braces. They're not braces, they're retainers. Because I just don't want to. I don't know. I got this shirt. It's like a crop shirt. And I've noticed that when I'm wearing my corset, I really actually prefer cropped shirts versus like regular shirts. Like obviously I have my corset, if I can reach it. I have a corset liner on. So, it goes the corset liner, then the corset. And then I've been wearing like, what I'll do is I'll put a shirt on and then I'll just like fold it. Then it creates like this weird like shirt bulge. So I've like, I'm just going to buy some crop tops and see how that looks. And I love the effect that the crop top gives me because I always just wear leggings as part of like my daily uniform. And I just, wear leggings and that's it. And so I think that crop tops are like way better for when you're wearing a corset because one, you don't get that bunched up effect. Like obviously I have like fat that's spilling over from my bra and from the corset, like suffocating the fat in the middle. But two, I don't know. I feel like if I wanted to show off the corset a little, I could just like lightly roll it up. And then there, obviously that's not even, but you know what I mean? Like it's not like a ton of shirt, like a regular shirt. If that makes sense. So, but today I was like, I kind of don't want to show the corset. I kind of just want to do like this little look, like just a silhouette look. So I don't think I have my water. What if you did OF and you only did them for like $5,000? For OF, I'm not gonna do like nudes or anything, and I know that's what people want. They want to see more of me because they like the corset effect, and so they want to see like the corset on with lingerie. And like at this moment in time, I know I'm not that comfortable with my body to show off like my body without clothes on. So I don't want to do anything like with regard to like lingerie, even like bikinis. I'm just not comfortable with my body at the moment. So I just don't want to do anything that I don't necessarily feel comfortable with. When the time comes, like maybe I'll do something like I said in like a long time ago live that I would do like lingerie with my corset on, or like bikinis or something like that with my corset on, even without my corset off. Because I noticed that when I don't have my corset, like in my regular vlog, blah, 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 my regular corset vlogs, when I don't have my corset on, say I'm putting my corset on or I'm taking my corset off, I'm usually in leggings, right? And what is the legging? It kind of has like it's a stretchy material, but it like, what is it called? It like cinches you in, right? So when I'm rolling everything down, what does it do? It kind of like pushes the fat in. What I'm trying to get at is you can't really see the effects that the corset has on my body without or with a shirt and leggings and everything. Like what you guys see when I take my corset off isn't the same as what I see when I'm about to get in the shower. Like I see the actual full effect that the corset has on me. And I feel like maybe later on down the line when I get more comfortable with my body, especially being on camera, then I would maybe open like an OnlyFans or a Patreon or whatever the hell and be like, you know, full real effects of a corset, um, you know, in not in lingerie. I want to keep it like kind of PG-13, but you know what I mean? I hope I'm making sense because I would love to be able to show the results that the corset has on my body so that you can actually see the full effect versus seeing like the YouTubeified version because I have to be kind of, PG-13 for YouTube. So maybe later on down the line, I would do something like that on OF or on Patreon. But as of right now, I'm just not comfortable with my body to do that. So, and for a 360 spin, I feel like with YouTube, they would, because they're like really cracking down. Like we're always getting, as creators, we're always getting like notifications of like the terms and conditions, and it's just really annoying. So I don't want to like turn around and then YouTube be like, oh, you're showing your butt. We're gonna, check this as you get a strike or whatever, like because you're trying to show. I don't know. I get nervous. So no. Sell your 250 for get a different one. I was thinking about selling my 254, but I don't want to have to go through the trouble of actually doing the whole selling process because I would have to, find someone to buy it and then ship it to them and pay the shipping or have them pay the shipping and then haggle versus they could just buy a brand new MCC 254 corset on Mystic City's website. Although I have been thinking about selling like kind of like my used clothes and like my used corsets and stuff on Poshmark or what was it? Depop, I think it was. But then I'm like, I don't want to go through the hassle of like maybe, God forbid, exposing my address or I don't know. I don't think I want to go through all of that. So I think I'll just keep the corset and then save up some money, purchase another corset, which I am looking at new corsets. I'm not going to say anything just yet because I feel like I saw this quote where it was like, if you something, how did it go? Something to the effect of if you want to know what you should do, don't ask everybody what you should do. Point blank, period. Because then you get everybody else's and their moms and dads perspectives, and then I start to get like discombobulated and confused. It's like, well, this person said this, but this person said that. Blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna like figure out what I want, what I like, and then purchase it. And then if it's the wrong thing, oh well. If it's the right thing, more power to me, you know? You're definitely showing results from just wearing your nighttime corset. Thank you. I'm glad I am. I mean, I know the effects aren't as crazy, but I'm glad you can notice. I have a 24 and a 22 Hourglass Timeless Trends and a 20 Libra. That Libra I can't imagine ever closing. I was looking at Timeless Trends corsets when I was doing my video earlier, and what I will say is that I think it could be harder to close a corset that one obviously doesn't have the right rib spring, but two is longer because then if the corset is longer, then you're trying to close a corset. Like this corset will probably be so hard to close because it goes all the way up, right? So if I'm trying to close this top of the corset, like up here, I'm going to start like I'm gonna be putting pressure on my ribs. Like my floating ribs are down here, which would be easy for me, and I can, close the waist up more. But to close a longer corset that's like up here, I feel like it would be more difficult because you're putting pressure on bone. So yeah, it might be a little bit more difficult, more challenging to close a corset that's longer. I'm not sure if the Libra is longer. I'm just thinking that it's longer based on what I saw earlier today. Or maybe I'm just talking out of my butt and I have no idea what I'm saying. Your whole torso looks slimmer. Oh, thank you. I'm actually going to be getting my period pretty soon. And I wanted to do another video actually on the woman's cycle and corseting. And I think that that would be a really good, because like when I'm about to get my period, obviously my corset is like regular. Then when I'm on my period, I can hardly put my corset on, right? But then when I'm in ovulation, so it goes menses, I go, it's what is it? It's MFOL. Menses, a follicular phase, ovulation, luteal phase. So when I'm in ovulation or luteal phase, I notice that my corset can get a lot tighter, like right before my period, it can get a lot tighter. And then once my period starts up again, you know what I mean? So it's a cycle. I was thinking about making a video, so whatever. Hi, Skull. How are you? I'm glad you caught me too. I deserve mini corsets. Thank you. Speaking of which, I hope you guys like this video. Please thumbs up it so YouTube is like, oh, okay. Make a P.O. box and a Mercari. Corsets sell quick. I had a P.O. box not too long ago. It was just so annoying that because I would always have to go like to the next city down to check on my P.O. box, because you don't want to get a PO box that's in the same city that you live in, or else that's kind of like, what are you doing? But that was just really annoying to me, so I ended up not doing that. I ended up closing it. Mercari, I haven't heard of Mercari, so I don't know, but yeah, maybe I'll sell it on Facebook Marketplace. Nah, I think I want to keep it because you know what? When I look back, like I started wearing corsets in 2013, and I used to get rid of a lot of my corsets or throw them away or whatever when they would like break and stuff. And now looking back, like I really wish I would have kept them even if they broke, because I just like it's just like looking back on like a time sake that like you went through the process, and like, oh, I remember when I broke that corset, or I remember when I closed that corset. Like my CS426 long line, the pink one with the little hip ties right here that broke, that I sewed like 15 times and it still kept breaking. I could get rid of it or I could throw it away, but like, you know what? I'm gonna keep it because I don't know, it's just like memories. So I think I'm gonna keep my corsets and not sell them or give them away. But that's a good idea, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. You're good. Did I like the books? I read some of it. I'm not gonna lie to you, Skull. I read some of it. It did sound interesting, but I didn't read all of it. I'm sorry, but it sounded really interesting. But people can send you free corsets when you have a PO box. Yeah, people can send me free corsets if I have a PO box, but people can also send me other weird things. And I don't want that. I don't want people to have that kind of access to me. If someone wants to get me a corset that's like a corset that I like, or that's my size or whatever, then they can email me and we can figure something out like that. Like they can purchase a gift card. Like for example, they purchase a gift card for me at Orchard Corset, and then I purchase the corset myself using their gift card. So I don't want to give that kind of access to people, because although I do, love my fan base and my followers and my subscribers and stuff, there are some weirdos out there that would, you know what I'm trying to say. So corsets serve as the marks on your path. Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. And I just love like I'll find pictures of myself of like old corsets that I had worn like in 2015, 2014, things like that. And I'm like, oh, I miss that corset. What happened to it? Or like I just saw a video of myself when I was like looking through old pictures of my Orchard corset. It was a black overbust mesh corset. And I have such fond memories of that corset. I remember I went out one time in that corset, like just the corset and like some slacks, and I looked hella cute. And then I keep thinking, like, what happened to that corset? Like, I either lost it, gave it away, or I threw it away. But I just think to myself, like, I shouldn't have done that. It is nostalgic, Mariah. You're right. You should keep it, but people like me would buy it. Like, we have a connection to watching you learn and break it in. You should keep it. Yeah. But the thing is like if you buy someone else's corset, like if you buy a used corset, that corset is that person's body. So you're going to put the corset on and it might feel weird because someone else broke in the corset and that other person doesn't have the same measurements as you. Their curves are a lot different. Yeah, I know a lot of you say that you guys have the same measurements as me, but like from your underbust to your waist, is it exactly the same? From your waist to your high hip and low hip, is it exactly the same? That's how I wear my corsets. And then I don't know. I just think I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, skull. People can be pretty odd, and yeah, I get pretty weird emails sometimes too. Not all the time, but sometimes, and I think to myself, like, are you okay? Not me, like to the person. I'm like, are you okay? Like, who like, I don't know. I get really confused how people act. You were one of the only people who speak about corsets, so I was meeting companies. Companies? What do you mean? Would buy it, like we have a connection to watching you learn and break it in. Y- I don't understand what you mean, Mariah. You're the Actually, there are some other people who talk about corsets. I can't think off the top of my head, but I know there are some people, maybe like on TikTok. There's a huge corset community on Instagram. I mean, I don't know if they talk about corsets, but they like, post a picture and then talk about in like in the caption. You could try that. I still have my first black belt. Oh, like from your don't tell me. Not Muay Thai, not karate, taekwondo, martial arts. From your martial arts. Yeah, see, it's nostalgic, it's memories, it's just I don't know. It's just nice to see and then look back and be like, "Oh, I still have that." I don't know, it's just memories. Hi, Cal. How's it going? I'm glad you could join. Anyways, yeah, so I'm not gonna get rid of any of my corsets. I am gonna try to edit that video and we'll see how it goes. Like I said, it probably isn't gonna go out tomorrow. There's gonna be a stretching video going out tomorrow. I had to do my stretches today. But yeah, back to cups, corsets, and conical corsets. That's what the video is gonna be about. And I hope that I actually make sense. Because sometimes I'll like edit the video and I'm like, what the hell am I trying to say? Like, mhm. We're having a heat wave in Toronto. Ooh, is it snowing still? Plus a heat wave or just a heat wave? Martial arts. Yeah. See, I knew I would remember. It took me some time, but I remembered. Because I always get confused like martial arts, taekwondo, karate, Muay Thai, but whatever. No snow, just sunshine. Oh, well, I guess that's a change from the wasn't there like snow not a snow parade, but like a ton of snow coming down like crazy? Nowhere as warm as California. California is actually cold. Right now it's 53 degrees. And it's been like in the 50s and 60s, which to us Californians, it's pretty cold. Yeah. Anyways, I thought I would just come on here and say hi to you guys. I should probably get going. So it was a nice chatting with you all. And I hope that I've answered some of your guys' questions. And if I didn't, please drop a comment and let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm always here for you guys. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns about corsets, yeah, I'm here. I'm here if you need me. I will talk to you guys later. Good night, everybody. Mwah. Take care and stay laced. Bye. Bye.